Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I made this amazing FISHNET tumbler. So if you're curious to see how I made this, keep watching. Okay guys, so for today's video you're going to need quite a few things. You're going to need a stainless steel tumbler, some fishnet leggings, some black vinyl, and some type of holographic vinyl. You could just use silver vinyl. You could even just use white if you don't have holographic vinyl, but I think the holographic just gives it a nice extra touch, and you'll see why later. You're also going to need some masking tape, your choice of spray paints. I really like the Rust-oleum spray paints the best. And then obviously you're going to need your two-part epoxy, so your part A and part B. And when working with epoxy, you always need gloves and a face respirator mask. All right guys, so let's go spray paint our cup. Okay, so you'll notice I already have my foam football and PVC pipe in my tumbler, and I've taped off the inside rim. Like I said, I'm using Rust-oleum spray paint, and today I'm using moss green, slate, and white. Okay, so I've cut my fishnet pantyhose in half, so it's just like a stocking now, and I'm going to put it on my tumbler and shove the extra inside of it, and then I'm going to paint my first stripe, and I work my way from lightest to darkest. So I'm doing one stripe of white, which is the belly, and then I'm doing two stripes of green on each side, and then I'm doing some slate on the very top. And we're done spray painting, so now I'm going to go set this somewhere so it can completely dry and we can go cut out our vinyl. Okay, so I'm in Cricut Design Space and I already had this SVG saved. I think I just Googled fishing lure SVG on Google and it came up with a bunch of different options. Some of them you can go and download off of people's websites and blogs for free. Some people do require payment. So it's completely up to you. You can also go check out Etsy and type in fishing lure SVG to find some there. So what I've done after I downloaded was upload this image twice. So this part right here is going to be the all black vinyl. And this little piece is the piece where I uploaded it again. And I cut out this little middle piece of the eye right here. And that's going to be our holographic. That's going to be underneath our black vinyl, just to give it a little extra touch. Okay, and because we're doing a fishing lure, we need to duplicate this so it can be on both sides. So I just click that and hit duplicate. And don't forget, because we're making it symmetrical, you need to flip your image. So I'm going to flip horizontally. And as you can see, it's like a mirrored image here. So it can be symmetrical on both sides. Otherwise, it would be backwards on one side. Okay, so now I'm going to move this other little eyepiece next to the other one so we can cut it out in one piece of vinyl. Then I'm going to drag over all of my images and I'm going to attach them so I can cut this out on one mat at one time. Then we're ready to cut this out. Okay, so now I'm going to hit continue and select vinyl, put our vinyl on our mat and cut this out. Okay, so I went ahead and cut the vinyl strips in half so we can work with one side design at a time. So now we're ready to weed out our vinyl. Okay, so now I'm going to take a piece of transfer tape and just put it over our black vinyl and take my squeegee or scraper tool and just really make sure it is adhered to our transfer tape. Then I'm going to flip it over, peel off the backing of our black vinyl, put that on our mat so that we can reuse that. And then I'm going to take this and just kind of line it up with the holographic eyepiece. And then I'm just going to press that on and flip it over and peel the backing off of that so that this is one piece that we can put on our tumbler. And now I'm just going to take our whole design and put it back on the backing until we're ready to put it on our tumbler. Okay, so I'm going to scrape it one last time and now we're ready to go put these on our tumbler. Okay guys, so our spray paint is completely dried, so we are ready to take off our fishnet now. And And then you're just gonna peel it off. Now you could paint your tumbler black or white before you spray paint, and then that would be the color of your lines. But I personally like doing it right over the silver just because I feel like it looks a little more realistic. So then we are going to put our decals that we cut out on our tumbler like this. Okay, so I've separated the eye from the stripes. And I think I'm gonna put the stripes about here, and then I wanna put the eye about right there. Okay, so now that our vinyl's on, we're ready to mix up epoxy and coat our tumbler. But don't forget to put on your masking gloves. So don't forget to mix perfectly equal parts of A and B and mix until it is completely clear again. Okay guys, so apparently my camera died yesterday when I was putting on the first coat of epoxy on this tumbler. Basically all I did was, after I mixed up that epoxy, was coat the tumbler really well all the way around. And then I used my heat gun to pop any bubbles that were on the surface of my tumbler. And then I waited 24 hours and here we are. So I'm about to mix up some more epoxy so that we can apply the second coat, and hopefully this will be the last coat for this tumbler. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're gonna let this cure for 24 hours. Didn't this tumbler come out amazing, you guys? So I'm actually gonna give this tumbler to my husband because he loves fishing, anything about fishing. So he is gonna be so stoked that he now has a Fischler tumbler. All right guys, as always, if you have any questions or comments, just drop a comment down below. If you like this video, please let me know that you liked it by giving me a big thumbs up. And don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any other crafting tutorials.